the stolen joy, it has been our topic for the last 7 days and until today. And as I repeatedly told you, that somehow we have lost our joy. Actually, it's a better way to say it was stolen. And we have been trying to find it back and keep it deep in our hearts, so that every day of our lives may be filled with joy that this world cannot offer to us. And this morning, the title is "The Place Where the Stolen Joy Can Be Found." Sounds good, right? And some of you may recognize where it is. Where is it? In India. Do you know the name of the building? Taj Mahal, right? This is the building that I was astonished. I think it's one of the most beautiful the architecture work for that human being ever made. So when I went there in 2010 or 11, I was so amazed, and I just stood there over an hour just looking at that. It was so beautiful. Even the story behind, the love story, it was beautiful too. And I don't know whether you can read, so it's not easy to recognize it. This is the Yap Island in the Micronesia. Probably, if you do not know where Micronesia is, you know Guam, Saipan, right? No, Guam, Saipan, no, okay. Anyway, it's in the Pacific Ocean. That's the island that I was a missionary for 10 months, and personally, that's the most beautiful island I've ever seen. And after that, even though I visit other places like a beautiful seas and oceans, it doesn't really touch me as it touched with Yap Island. That's the most beautiful island, at least for me. So if you do not agree, please introduce another place so that I may visit in the future. So anybody has been to heaven? Oh, not yet, right? It should be a good place. Do you agree? And what is the reason behind that you think it should be a good place? You never seen it yet. That's true. For me, my reasoning is that like Jesus was there for eternity, right? Before he became a man. And he went there. As he was going there, he said to his disciples, "I'm coming back to take you to my Father's place." And if Jesus thinks it's a good place, I think it's a good place. And if Jesus thinks it's the best place, I think it's the best place to go and live. It depends on which organization made these statistics, but this is what I found yesterday. According to United Nations, the 10 happiest countries in 2019 are, you don't have to read all, but just read one. Where is it? Canada. Where are you now? In Canada, right? So, we are living in like one of the happiest countries in the world. Wow, that's good. Good for you and good for me. Do you feel that as you live in Winnipeg, the Manitoba, Canada? Do you feel that you are living in one of the happiest countries in the world? No? Too bad. For me, it's okay. Not excellent. I cannot say it's excellent, but it's good. I like this place. But however, somewhere deep in my heart, it tells me that you should have higher quality of joy. Not the joy that I had as I live in Winnipeg. But somewhere deep in my heart tells me that you need to desire higher joy than you have now. But nothing in this world, no one in this world can give that joy to me. I know. And also nothing in this world, no one in this world can give this joy to you. Why? Because the world we are living is not perfect now. And we are not perfect either. So when you are in imperfect situation, environment, with imperfect people, nothing can be perfect. That's a very good reasoning, right? But that's like if you try to have perfect joy in this environment with these people, you are challenging mission impossible. And also some people, they try to be perfect, right? Don't try it. It will kill you and kill other people. The thought of pursuing better happiness and joy came from the Garden of Eden. How do I know that? Because when God created Adam and Eve, God created them as perfect beings, right? And put them in a perfect place, the Garden of Eden. So environment was perfect. And people who were in the Garden of Eden, they were perfect. And I'm sure they had perfect joy in their hearts. And they had purest and the purest loving relationship with God in the Garden of Eden. And I can imagine, even in this imperfect world with the imperfect people, when we feel love is so warm, right? It's so good. But just imagine in a perfect situation with the perfect people and with a perfect loving relationship. Wow. That would be really something. And somehow our body, our gene, remember that perfectness in the Garden of Eden. That's why still we desire, when we have something, it doesn't really quench to have better life. Why? Because somewhere in my heart, in your hearts, you desire that perfectness in the Garden of Eden that Adam and Eve experienced. That's why we still have that desire. Now, 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 19 says, and so we have the prophetic word confirmed. So the Bible confirmed, which you do well to heed as a light that shines in a dark place, until the day dawns and the morning star rises in your ears. So prophetic words and the Bible tell us about this perfect place, heaven. The first thing the prophetic words say about heaven is a promise that this earth will be restored to the beauty and perfection it had in the beginning. Have you ever bought refurbished phone or a computer? Refurbished, right? So like when someone buy like iPad and something wrong, so exchange, and the company refurbish it and sell with a cheaper price. But when God is going to create new heaven and new earth, God is not going to refurbish the old earth. It will be brand new. Right? So when you buy a refurbished one, and you kind of hesitate, probably something would be wrong. But when God created heaven and earth, it will be brand new. So Revelation 21 verse 1 says, now I saw new heaven and new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth had passed away, right? It's not remodeling, but the old heaven and earth passed away. And Acts chapter 3, verses 20 to 21, and that he may send Jesus Christ, who was preached to you before, whom heaven must receive until the times of what? Restoration of all things, which God has spoken by the mouths of all his holy prophets since the world began. So first, I'd like to talk about environmental restoration in the new heaven and new earth. Pollution, like you're living in the wind, you don't really feel pollution here, right? But before I came here, 2017, the air pollution got really worse back in Korea. So every day there was like a red words, wear a mask when you go out. So you're wondering, maybe you saw like a news that some Asians, they wear masks and going to work and the subway and everywhere. So at that time, whenever I wanted to run outside, I checked air quality. Because I run for having better health, right? But air quality is bad, then it doesn't help me so much. So I had to check it. But in China, it's worse. Actually, a lot of the pollution comes from China, from the north to south. It's worse. Some days, even like during this time of the day, you cannot see. The visibility is like 20-30%. Very low. How about water pollution? Some people says the final word for the humankind is not atomic bomb, but it's fighting for the fresh water. Some scientists said that. And now many places in the world, they are with a shortage of water. They're fighting. I remember like a few years ago in Cape Town, South Africa, they will control the water, the usage. So if they like took a shower, they had to pay like a fine. And even they couldn't check it, but that's how they regulate it, because there's shortage of water. And also a lot of air pollution. Did you know that when you drink water from the water bottle you buy, and it contains a lot of microplastic. Did you know that? So it has more microplastic than the tap water. But we think it's better water, and so instead of drinking tap water, we buy water from the malls, right? But it contains more microplastic. So you are drinking water, but at the same time, you're making your body to be more plastic. So pollution everywhere, and strange weather, right? Even this year, in like a category, I saw the bride and groom. They planned to have a wedding. When the leaves change the color, to different colors. So that was the imagination they were thinking about when they planned wedding in September. But instead of taking pictures under the colors of the trees, they took a wedding picture in a snowstorm. That was very terrible. And I looked at the picture, but still they were smiling. But I'm sure I don't know inside. We see the strange weather, everywhere. And how many of you like camping? You like camping? All right. I like camping very much. And especially when I go to camp, I like looking at nice skies, just laying down on the grass and looking at the skies for, like hour and 2 hours. Just imagining, life in heaven. It's a perfect place to think about heaven. Just looking at the skies and, blinking stars. But the problem is mosquitoes. Why don't I try to enjoy the beautiful blinking stars? Ouch! That's just, I have to scratch it everywhere, and nowadays we have another problem, ticks everywhere, right? Increasing. So we are afraid of laying down on the grass. So when I think about environmental perfection, I like to go to heaven. I don't have to worry about air pollution, water containing the microplastic. And when I do camp, I don't know where I can set a tent in heaven, but when I do camping, probably it's a physical people, so if I go to camping and just looking at the sky and without really having any mosquito problems. Maybe still there will be mosquitoes, but not biting mosquitoes. And Hebrews 11:16 says, "But now they desire a better, that is a heavenly country." So we have that desire for better world, better environment. So there's something beyond. Have you ever felt that you are strangers in this place? Right? Especially like me, like immigrants. We often feel that, where am I now? Do I belong to this place? Right? Sometimes we wonder with the identity. But not only immigrants, but when we see our lives spiritually, we are all pilgrims. We are strangers in this world. This imperfect world, we are strangers. And I like that because this is not my final home for eternity. Right? You do not want to live eternal in this kind of life situation. Do you want to? No, I don't want to. And Hebrews 11:16, continue to read. I will read from my script. "Therefore God is not ashamed to be called their God, for He has prepared the city for them." So not only Book of Revelation talks about the city, new kingdom that we are going to live, but also the Book of Hebrews mention it. So He has the city for us, where we can live with God forever. I will read another text, 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 9. It says, read, "But as it is written, eye has not seen, nor ear heard, nor have entered into the heart of man the things which God has prepared for those who love Him." Sometime in your life you received a surprise gift, right? Nobody, yeah? Okay, I'm sure you have received a surprise gift. And we call it surprise gift because you never expected to have it. Right? But now, 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 9, God is saying that He has a very surprise gift for all of us. We never heard about it, we never seen it, even we never conceive it in our hearts. But that will be heaven. And the book of Revelation gives us description of the holy city that is breathtaking. And John was actually given a vision of the holy city coming down from heaven. And I like to see the same vision. Have you ever anyone seen that vision? Like a new city coming down from heaven. That would be really awesome. And Revelation 21 verse 2 said, Then I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. Now, one thing I like to mention about the New Jerusalem is like a new community. Even in Winnipeg, there are some like communities. They have same thoughts and same religious belief. They get together and live as a small community. Instead of mingling with people outside the community, right? Because they think that's the best way to live, to share everything together. And all over the world, you go to different places, and they have different kind of community and that live like that. The New Jerusalem will be a community, but it will be a perfect community. Even though those people who organize communities, their aim is to be perfect, right? And happier. But wherever people are, problems there too. Conflicts and all the things that happen. So, but the New Jerusalem, which is coming down from heaven, will be a perfect community. So when you move to a new place, you see the residential area, whether it will be a good place for your family to live, or it's a dangerous place to live. So you check residential area, right, that you are going to live. Why? Because it affects you a lot. If you have good neighbors, good life. But if you have naughty neighbors, difficult life. Right? But the heaven, the New Jerusalem, is a perfect community. And also it describes as the bride prepared for the groom. And that's like a perfect, that's the most perfect explanation we can imagine how beautiful it is. So when Clement, I think you can tell me, like when you prepare for your, bride as a groom, I mean, you thought about all the best, right? Yeah, you cannot say no here, right? Of course. And why? Because he loves her so much. The best, all the best. But that's how God has prepared the new city, the holy city, New Jerusalem. It will be most beautiful and most incredible and most marvelous. So what is our physical condition to be in this new earth? We are not going to deal all, but some. Because some people believe that in heaven they're like a cosmic vapor, without human form, like something like moving around, right? That some people believe like live in heaven, like a cloud with no form or shape. But some people think that like redeemed people are not real people. What do you think? And also some people have the idea that redeemed people are just spirit beings without form, just like a cosmic vapor. Now let's listen to make very much sin. Let's see what the Bible says. Okay, Philippians chapter 3, verses 20-21. Let's read it together. Ready? For our citizenship is in heaven, from which we also eagerly wait for the Savior. Do you like that idea? A citizenship is in heaven? Yeah. Some people come to like Winnipeg. Like me, I entered Winnipeg as a visitor. But some people enter the Winnipeg with a PR, and that makes a very different life, right? But if you come and enter Winnipeg as a citizen, that's a very, very different. If you go to heaven with a visitor's state, yeah? Well, just a PR. No citizenship there, no? But the Bible says our citizenship is in heaven. Amen. And the Lord Jesus Christ who will transform our lowly body. What is a lowly body? Some of you may be proud of your body now, right? How many of you are so proud of your body now? No? But this is a lowly body. No matter how proud you are, I mean, every time you look at the mirror, oh, awesome, but still, it's a lowly body, right? That it may be conformed to his what? Glorious body. Okay, so some of you, if you do not like your body now, then wait for this time that your body will be transformed into glorious body. You say amen? Do you remember when Jesus Christ was resurrected? Did he have form or was he spirit? Did he have form like human body or was he spirit? He had forms. So first thing he did when he met Mary Magdalene after resurrection, and probably she was trying to hug him, say, Rabboni, teacher. But what did Jesus say? Stop. Don't touch me. I haven't been to my Father yet. Right? So he had physical body. Also Luke chapter 24:39 says, behold my hands, my feet, it is myself. Handle me. See, for spirit does not have flesh and bones as you see I have. So Jesus, he was different being before he became a man. But now, after became a man, after resurrected, he has a body like human being. For how long? Forever. Now that's another big sacrifice too. And so when we go to heaven, we'll have eyes, nose, mouth, hands, feet, everything the same. We'll have this physical body in heaven. And we'll recognize, which means we'll recognize each other. Even though we'll be transformed and we'll be glorious body, but still we'll recognize each other. Isaiah 33:24, and the inhabitant will not say, I am sick, and the people who dwell in it will be forgiven their iniquity. And then the eyes of the blind shall be opened, and the ears of the deaf shall be stopped. And then the lame shall live like a deer, and the tongue of the dumb sing. So wheelchairs will be gone, right? Crutches will be gone. Sometimes I run the Kirkbridge Park, which is from near my house, and I meet often one specific elderly man. He looks like in his 70s or 80s. He walks with 2 sticks, slowly, and whenever he sees me, he says, hey, I wish I have blue shoes you wear, that I can run like you. So every time I see him, he makes same joke. Then one day I decide to make the joke too. So when he said, oh, I wish I have the blue shoes, and I told him, haven't you bought it yet? So he was wishing that he was able to run, like me, and without sticks. In heaven it will be possible. No matter when we die, when we go to heaven, we will have no more wheelchairs, no more crutches, no more walking sticks. And Isaiah 20, Revelation 21:4, and God will wipe away every tear from their eyes. There shall be no more death, nor sorrow, nor crying. There will be emotional restoration. Do you like that idea? How many heartaches we have experienced, and how many heartaches we are going to be experienced in the future. So many hurts, but everything will be wiped away, and everything will be restored. And Revelation 22 verse 1, and he showed me pure river of water of life, clear as crystal, proceeding from the throne of God and of the Lamb. When I read this part of pure river of water of life, it's not the drinking water. It's like a fulfilling water. We desire so many things, right? And unfulfilled dreams. And so much disappointment because not those things haven't been fulfilled. But in heaven, the pure river of water of life will flow into us. And every desire will be fulfilled. That will be awesome. Right? Everything you desire, it will be fulfilled. And Isaiah 40 verse 31 says, but those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. Oh, I like that idea. But shall walk and not faint. Yeah, limitless energy. When I run like Ferguson Marathon 42K, after 35K, my body is not running, but my mind is running. So my body already reached my limitation. So after body hit the limitation, the mind is running. And every step is very, very hard. But I wish I have more energy. Then I remember my first marathon, and after running 42K, how many meters left? 195 meters. And can you guess how many times I thought about giving up? After running 42K, only less than 200 meters are left. Almost every step, I thought about, maybe not. But continually every step I thought about giving up. But eventually I finished the race. But in heaven, you can run 100K without being tired. So, like a limitless energy, because it touches me. I don't know how much it touches you, because I often challenge myself to see my physical limit. So I desire for energy. I don't know about yourself. So like a limitless energy in heaven, it really gives me desire to go to heaven. And Revelation 21:3, and I heard a loud voice from heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of God with men, and he will dwell with them. This is the ultimate purpose, ultimate desire that we want to go to heaven, right? What is the desire? We live with Jesus forever. Right? No? You don't want to go to heaven? You want to go to heaven, right? But why do you want to go to heaven? We mentioned different things. But why do you want to go to heaven? Because there is Jesus. Jesus will be there with us forever and ever. And this kingdom will come down from heaven soon. As Apostle John saw the vision. Are you waiting for the day? Let's go there together. And let's live together without losing anyone for eternity. Amen.